ones, empaths, the narcissist starts to realize very quickly that they made a stupid decision in discarding you. Why this can be is because they've ran into a new supply. They thought this new supply offered and would supply all their emotional and physical needs. And when they got there, they realized they don't. Because what you got to understand is a lot of these relationships with the new supply were built on the back of us. They were built on us. Like the narcissist was reaching out to them saying, oh, we're toxic, we're abusive, we do this, we do that. And the new supply is going, oh, they're there, I'll look after you, I won't treat you that way. And then a lot of these new suppliers knew about us. This is why they're so sick. They actually knew about us. They knew that we was in a relationship with the narcissist, and still they continue to pursue. So that says what they're about, you know. But the narcissist does start to regret. They regret discarding you, but a lot's been done. You know, you possibly gone through a smear campaign, real intense devaluation. The list goes on. There's more and more distance between yourselves, and the narcissist finds it a very hard struggle to be able to turn their heels back and actually come back and say to you, I've made a mistake, you know? They'll be watching what you're doing. They'll be checking what you're doing, how you're recovering. But they do, it's something they have to live with. And they begin to learn that they have to live with this fact of regret about discarding you. And it's because you are a potent source of supply. As a chosen one and as an empath, you offer such a high supply. They overlooked it. They didn't appreciate it when they had it. And they had their shiny object syndrome, the grass is greener syndrome. And they thought someone else would be able to provide all their emotional, physical needs. And when they got over there, they realized they can't. The narcissist gets this regret very early on. You know, even during the actual discard itself, you know, like they'll get a little thought about it, you know. It's why during the beginning phase of a discard, so you might be being devalued, you might be being cast aside, you might have been thrown out your house, whatnot. They're constantly in contact with you. They're constantly messaging back and forth, or you're constantly still speaking, not arguing, or you're constantly doing that. And at the same time, they're trying to tame a new supply while they're carrying on with these proceedings of continuing with interaction with you. And it's because they don't want to lose that interaction with you, ultimately. So they keep it going. They have to, like... They're like fiends for us, you know. They'll have to do drastic things like change their number, move city. They'll do some drastic things to try and prevent themselves from speaking to us, because it's a real fight for them to stop speaking to us. And they've got this idea in their mind that this picture perfect life with this new supply is going to work out and everything's going to be great. But the more and more they stay with this new supply, the more and more the regret kicks in. And this is why we get hoovers at different periods of the discard. We also get hoovers after the relationship's ended for some time, because it proves we're still in their consciousness. We're still in their mind. It proves that we're still grating on them, and they hate the fact that they've lost us. You've got to understand what an impact a potent source of supply does to a narcissist. You being a potent source of supply, you make them feel euphoric. Like, it gives them so much of a boost. And when they go to this new person who's meant to be able to supersede you, and they don't supersede you, you know, the narcissist is lost, full of regret. And the only thing they can do is try to clutch to remnants of our supply, spy on our social medias. You know, a lot of them have burnt the bridge between the two. Like, a lot of the times the bridge is burnt, you know, so there might not even be any contact, or an easy way for them to contact you. But they are suffering in this regret. And the thing is their flying monkeys and family members were supporting their move. You know, the narcissists, flying monkeys, were supporting their move, and the narcissist begins to resent even the ones that were supporting their move to this new supply, because they realize they messed up. They make some of the worst decisions. This is a narcissist now. You know, we make bad decisions in life, but narcissists make terrible decisions. They're not switched on like us. They make terrible, terrible decisions. Narcissists aren't so clever where they don't make mistakes and they don't make terrible decisions. And one of their terrible decisions and one of their terrible mistakes is discarding you. You know, no one's going to love them like you did. No one's going to provide for them like you did. No one's going to do that for them. And when they get this reality check and they realize that no one's going to do this for them in the same way you do, you know, a lesser narcissist will actually come running back and declare love. But some of the more higher up narcissists, not higher up in value, I just mean some of that are more narcissistic, they'll be very stubborn and won't want to actually admit to you because they're in fear of abandonment. They've got a fear of abandonment issues. They're thinking if they come back and tell you the truth, that they regret and they messed up, that you're just going to abandon them anyway. So they see it as a pointless endeavor because they're not going to gain, right? And after some time, after the abuse that we actually did go through, a lot of us, if we did get the full-on Hoover, like, oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that, I'll change who I am. If we got one of those, a lot of us would actually just reject them anyway. And it's true. That's why the narcissist can't get back to being on your side. They know they can't get back. They know they've burned that bridge. So this regret eats at them every day, eats at them. Because when they look at the new supply, they're trying to incorporate things that you used to do in the new supply that fails. They're on the lookout still, even while they're with this new supply. They're on the lookout now for other people that can potentially beat us or supersede us in worth and in value. And they just make some of the most risky, pointless decisions. You know? And, you know, they did act off a whim. They were trying to hurt us. Originally, with the discard, they wanted to hurt us. They wanted to revenge on us. They wanted to make us feel pain. That's part of the reason they wanted to discard us as well. They wanted us to feel an absence. And it actually backfired on them, where they actually feel our absence a lot stronger than we feel their absence. You know, if you find yourself hurting, you've only got to know that a narcissist is actually suffering. However they're displaying themselves on social media, or however they're displaying themselves walking down the street. In the inner dimensions of their mind, I've heard countless stories of how the narcissist regrets, and some narcissists even do actually tell you that they miss you and they want you back. Some of them do. But a lot of the stubborn ones won't get around to doing this. But you've got to understand that the narcissist is with a dusty supplier now. They're with a dusty. And This is part of their reason why they regret discarding you. And your supply is so potent, and they know that deep down they know they're not going to get that supply again. It's the ultimate regret for the narcissist. So anyway, thank you for watching today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can find a link in the description box. And if you'd like a one-to-one session with myself, you can also find a link in the description box. Currently, I've got the secondary channel, the spiritual channel. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.